The saxophone is a single reed woodwind instrument that comes from a clarinet and flute hybrid. Invented in 1841 by Adolphe Sax, the saxophone is considered a fairly new music in the world of music history. According to Estrella Espy, when the saxophone was invented, the saxophone is a huge contribution to the jazz genre of music especially. It plays huge roles in big bands, is very important for jazz greats, and is even used by street performers worldwide. Today I will demonstrate how to assemble and properly make a sound on the saxophone. Before you begin playing your saxophone, you need to properly assemble it in order to make the best quality of sound possible. The first step in doing this is to attach the neck strap, or in my case, because I will be demonstrating on the bari saxophone, the harness to the small clip on the body of the instrument. So after you hook the harness onto your body, you will clip it to the small loop or hook on the body of the saxophone. After attaching your neck strap, you will then attach the neck to the saxophone. You place the neck on the top part of the body of the saxophone and make sure that it is in a comfortable playing position, and then screw the neck onto the body. After attaching the neck to the saxophone, you then will assemble the reed and the mouthpiece, which is the most important part of assembling your saxophone. First step is you want to make sure that you wet your reed, and you do this to make sure that your reed is moisturized to create the vibrations, which will help make the best quality of sound on your instrument. After moisturizing your reed, you will line up the reed on the mouthpiece, and you want to make sure that there is no overhang on the edges or no overhang on the top so that no air will leak and no squeak sounds will be produced when you play your instrument. After lining up the reed on the mouthpiece, you then attach the ligature to the mouthpiece, and you want to make sure that it is not too tight in order to limit vibrations, or you want to make sure that it's not too loose so that your reed will not slide around while you are playing. After assembling the mouthpiece and the reed, the next step is to slide the mouthpiece onto the cork part of the neck. Before doing this, you want to make sure that you put a thin layer of cork grease on the cork part of the neck so that your mouthpiece will be able to slide on easily and that your cork will not break, so that you'll be able to play your instrument with the best quality. According to Madame Sweeney's class snap guides, how to put together your saxophone from December 17th of 2013, you want to slide your mouthpiece about halfway on the cork, but this could change due to your tone if you are either sharp or flat. So you have to adjust it based on your pitch, you have to pull it out a little bit or push it in a little bit. And now the assembly is done and you're ready to make music on your saxophone. To start making sounds and music on your saxophone, you want to insert half of the mouthpiece into your mouth, rest your lips around the mouthpiece, and bite down and place your teeth on the top part of the mouthpiece with your bottom lip tucked under and your lip and chin part resting on the reed part of the mouthpiece. Then you want to blow a medium strength breath of air through the instrument, and then the sound will come resonating out of the bell of the instrument. You want to make sure you are playing with a warm sound that's not bright and controlled and supported. After you gain more experience and begin practicing on your saxophone, you can begin to develop techniques and use your tongue to create different sounds and styles. According to Demonstrative, 11 tips for making your saxophone playing more expressive and soulful from February 8th of 2016, we need to notice the way we attack and release notes. So you can create sharp staccato sounds with a light tongue on the reed, or you can create a strong accented sound by holding the note longer and then cutting the reed or the sound off by placing your tongue on the reed. After you begin to gain more and more experience and begin practicing more and more on your saxophone and begin to play more music, you'll be able to gain more experience and better technique with these different styles of playing. Playing the saxophone, or any instrument for that matter, is a great way to express yourself, convey emotions, and entertain others with the music that you are making. Music is the glue that holds our society together, and it is something that affects each and every person differently and uniquely for each person. Today I taught you how to assemble and properly make a sound or make a note on the saxophone, and I hope that this maybe inspired you to dig up that old flute case in the attic from your middle school days, or take the cello lessons that you've always secretly wanted to take, so that you can join in the musical community and begin making melodies that everyone can enjoy.